All right, so welcome back to the channel and welcome to the new Wrenches to Adventures garage. This place is gonna be awesome. It is definitely in shambles. Me and my wife have been moving. We've been trying to unpack, and now it is time to focus on the garage and get things up and going once again. So there is a ton of stuff that needs to happen. But if you're like me and you work in a two-car garage, you know the importance of having that space optimized and functioning how it should, because you don't want to be looking for your tools. You want to know right where everything is, and you definitely need adequate lighting. So as you can tell here in this intro that there isn't very good lighting in here, and that is going to be the first thing that we address. So what is going to happen is this is going to be a video about optimizing a garage space to fab, to work on cars, and to build all the cool stuff that you ever wanted to do. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this. Sit tight, we'll get after it. So one thing that you can do in order to brighten up your space, especially in an unfinished garage like this is to paint everything white. So that's what we're gonna do first. We're going to patch some holes that are in the walls here and there. Then we'll paint everything white, and then I'll get my nice LED lights reinstalled like I had at the other garage. So that is what is first up on the list. Having good bright walls and a good visible area to work in makes a big difference. It makes it a place that you wanna be so you can get out there and work on those projects. So just to go over a little more of what we're gonna do here. So I have $1,000. So I'm gonna take that $1,000 and I'm gonna turn this garage around, and I'm gonna show you what you can do in order to optimize your workspace and build awesome stuff. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. Painting a garage is not an easy thing to do. It took a whole day to paint the garage white and to get this logo put up on the wall. I can't thank my mom and my wife enough for all the work that they put in. I'm truly grateful for them and all the help that they've provided to me. Also, my mom is a professional muralist. I put the link down in the description to her website. You can go check out all the awesome stuff that she's done. And hey, if you're interested in a mural for yourself, she's the person to talk to. Man, painting the walls and getting my LED lights installed made a huge difference in this garage. The area feels bigger. It's definitely a place I want to be now. So it's time to move on to the next step. Also, check that out. Being organized and having an efficient workspace really means a lot to me, especially in a small two-car garage. So as you can see here, I have a ton of stuff I need to go through, and I kind of already started laying out things in these bins. So I'm gonna have several categories here. It'll be easy to get into, get what I need, and clean up after I'm all done. So I'm gonna be organizing throughout these bins, and then I'm gonna build a organizer shelving system for this corner here for all the bins that I have. And then it'll be modular, so I'll be able to add on later. But in order to fit into my budget this time around, we're only gonna be starting with 6 bins. I also have a closet inside the house that has a bunch of garage stuff, so that makes it a little bit easier. Anyways, it's time to get organized. So while I continue to build this bin organizer, I was thinking about other ways to organize the garage. And I was curious, what ways would you organize your garage? What things would you add to this setup if this was yours? I've been trying to
figure out the best ways to optimize this space, and these are some of the things that I came up with. Anyways, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for coming by and checking out what I have going on. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It really helps me stay motivated to continue pumping out the videos. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. And let me know what you think. I love chatting and talking about Jeeps or whatever you have going on, so can't wait to hear from you. So I didn't realize how much stuff I actually had when I started organizing everything. So I ended up needing to increase my budget a little bit for this project, and I had to get some more storage bins. I also decided to make my storage bin rack that I'm building for the corner of the garage to be double wide so I can fit up to 12 storage bins. So I'm super glad that I spent the extra money. It was all totally worth it. Be sure to stick around to the end. I'll have a full price breakdown on what I spent during this garage makeover.
This thing is awesome. This makes me so excited to get started on projects again now that I have a nice organizer for everything that I had just in boxes laying around. This thing turned out amazing. I'm glad I painted it black. It blends in real nice. Everything flows real good. And there's a lot more room in here now. Got most of the stuff out from under the Comanche and into bins. But it's looking cool in here. Anyways, I already kind of got started on the next step, which is to get all the tools organized, and knowing where all that stuff is makes any job a lot easier. Just knowing where all your tools are isn't the most important thing. Having the right tools is far more important. You can have tons of tools, but if you don't have the right thing, you're not gonna be able to get your job done. So I did pick up some new tools, and one of them that I picked up that I already set up and used is an engine hoist. So when I go to swap the engine out of the Cherokee outside into the Comanche, that's gonna be a game changer. And also, if you're familiar with my videos, you've seen that I've been welding on the floor or on these blocks of wood I have over here in the corner. So that has been tough, welding on the floor, on your knees. So we're gonna get a welding table set up, and I picked up probably the best one you could get for the money. So you probably could have guessed that the welding table I picked up is from Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight is awesome. They have really good quality tools and equipment for an affordable price. It was actually quite challenging to find this modular welding table. Every Harbor Freight I went to, they told me they just fly off the shelf when they get them in stock. So luckily, I was able to pick one up. So if you're looking to get one of these, don't hesitate. Go pick that up immediately. Anyway, so getting this welding table set up in this space is gonna make a huge difference. It's a big game changer, and it's gonna be nice to be comfortable when I'm welding. You know, when you're more comfortable fabricating or building something, the better the outcome and the quality of what you're making. So we're gonna get this welding table set up, and we're gonna see how awesome it is. So putting this welding table together was super easy. I was actually really surprised how easy it was. Just a few bolts and everything comes together. So this welding table is awesome, and it sets itself apart from the other options for this price range because of the stuff that comes with it. So if you had an existing table, it comes with these brackets so you could bolt these up and then put it on an existing table. And then it also comes with all these welding fixtures. If you're familiar with welding and buying welding equipment, it gets super expensive very quickly. So having these come with the welding table makes it a huge no-brainer when it comes to buying this welding table. So I'm excited to put this table to use and start welding. It's gonna be night and day difference when it comes to my fabrication and the quality that comes out from that. All right, so let's talk about how much it costs to do an awesome garage makeover like this. So if you remember at the beginning, my original budget was $1,000, and I knew once I got started that I was gonna go over that budget, but let's see by how much. So to start, we painted the garage. So that cost $337 to paint the garage. That's primer, paint, paint rollers, brushes, all the stuff required to do that. Next up, it cost $374 to build the storage bin organizer. That included the wood, the screws, the storage bins, and the paint that went along with that part. Which actually surprisingly isn't that much when you consider if you wanted to buy a prefabricated metal shelving. Those run upwards of $200 by themselves. And depending on what size you get, you could be well above that 300 mark. Up next, in order to get some more tools like the welding table and the engine hoist, I spent $625 at Harbor Freight, which I'm super glad that I did that. I'm so excited to start welding on the welding table using that engine hoist and some of the other electric tools that I picked up at that time. So that brings the grand total of this garage makeover to $1,336. So I only went over by $336, which is actually not that bad. I thought I was over $1,500, but hey, I'm happy with that, and this place is awesome. It's gonna be the perfect place to